watch this now. You got church folk, even in St. Paul. You got church folk all over the country. If you want to get church folk to shout, all you got to do is start talking about when praises go up, blessings coming down. Now that sounds good, but that's theologically inaccurate. Are you hearing me? I know some folk that will shout until their wig is crooked and run until they ruin their stockings. Hello, somebody. But when they get through shouting, they still sick. When they get through running, they still broke. When they get through sweating, they still unemployed. When they get through crying, they're still going through. You see, what moves God is not your running and your shouting. God says, I want to know, are you bigger than what you're going through? Do you know I'm bigger than what you're going through? Watch this, and watch this. When I got that kind of faith, I'm not always praying, asking God to get me out. I wish I had somebody, because I've learned even if God doesn't get me out, he'll get over in there with me. You still ain't got it. Let me help you. I remember, David. I remember when Christopher was born at Washington Regional Hospital in Fayetteville, Arkansas. Matter of fact, I was a young man, Kraft, but I was college educated. So I wasn't like my parents and my grandparents, you know, just a high school education. I had a college degree. So, of course, naturally, with me having some college, I was much smarter than them. Are y'all praying with me? So I had already decided when my child came into the world, I was going to use some more modern practices for disciplining my child. Wasn't going to be none of that whooping and all that kind of stuff. Instead, I was going to talk to my child. We were going to sit down and reason together. If we could not reason together, I was going to put my child in time out. Are y'all praying with me? Well, I remember as he began to grow, he had done something. I'm not real sure what he had done, but he had done something that had caused him to be punished. Now, I already told you I didn't believe in that whooping stuff initially. So my child had been sent to his room and given time out. Are y'all praying with me? He had been in time out all of about 10 minutes, Coach Rogers, and it didn't seem to be bothering him. But why would it bother you? If you got a TV in your room, a video in your room, and all that kind of good stuff. It didn't seem to bother him, but it was bothering me. I wanted to play with my child. I wanted to hang out with my child, but my child was in time out. Now, I started to just put my foot down and say, that's my son. I'm going to take him out of time out. But since I didn't want to argue with his mama, I figured I just better leave him in there. Y'all praying with me? So about 20 minutes had passed. He was still in time out. I had not yet convinced her to take him out of time out. So what I decided to do, I was just going to go in there and play with my child. Well, it wasn't long before his mama came down the hallway. She said, what are you doing? I said, what do you mean? She said, why did you take him out of time out? I said, I didn't take him out of time out. She said, what did you do? I said, I got in time out with him. I wish I had somebody. Is there anybody thankful that even if God doesn't get you out, God will get in there with you? Now, the Bible reader said there were three brothers, Shadrach, Meshach, and a bad Negro. I wish I had somebody. They were thrown over into the fiery furnace. But when the king says, he said, I put in three. He said, but I'm looking at four. And the fourth one looks like the Son of God. Is there anybody thankful that God will get in there with you? That's the isness of God. See, you need to understand that whatever you need, he is that. I wish I had somebody. I said, whatever you need, he is that. But you know why I like to say he is that? Because see, that word there is a form of the verb to be. So when you translate is, you can say is, are, was, were, be, being, being. So you can say he is that. He were that, he are that, he was that, he be that, he been that, he's being that. Touch your neighbor and say, God is. He also teaches us who he is by experience. Ooh. Sunday school, Vacation Bible School, Sunshine Band, BTU, those were some wonderful vehicles for helping us understand who God is. I'm grateful for the opportunity of having gone to seminary in order that I might be more able or better able to articulate the awe and mystery of who God is. Every now and then I like to sound like I know a little something when I began to talk about the theophanic manifestation of God and all of that kind of good stuff. But saints of God, let me help you with something. Even after having completed a master's degree and a doctorate degree, now that I look back on it in retrospect, the greatest class I've ever taken about God is a class called life. I wish I had somebody. See, there are some things about God you have to learn while you live your life. You can't learn everything about God in Sunday school. You can't learn everything about God in seminary. You can't learn everything about God from mom and them. Some things you got to learn through life. life. And watch this, and watch this, and watch this. God takes the good and the bad to teach you who he is. Because it is in our lived life that we learn more about ourselves and we learn more about God. That's why, saints of God, you can't curse your crisis. Don't miss what I just said. I say you can't curse your crisis. You can't have a pity party just because you're catching hell. You can't feel sorry for yourself just because you're going through. Because in every challenge, in every difficulty, in every hard season, there is a revelatory lesson about who God is. I wish I had somebody. See, somebody who can testify, I know God, who God is because of what I've been through. It's only after I was sick that I learned that he is Jehovah Rapha, the God who heals. It was only after I ran out of everything I had that I found out he's Jehovah Jireh, the God who will provide. It was only after other folk walked off and left me that I found out that he's Jehovah Shammah, the God that will be there. It was only after other folk wouldn't fight for me, wouldn't fight with me, that I found out that he's Jehovah Nissi, the God who will be my banner. Is there anybody in here that can look back over your life and say, because of what I've been through, because of what God brought me through, because of what I've seen, I can testify today that I know who God is. Is there anybody in here who knows who God is? Touch your neighbor and say, neighbor, oh neighbor, after everything I've been through, after everything I've been through, after every tear I cried, after every hair that got gray, after every lie they told, after every night I stood up, after every bill I could not pay, I can testify today that I know who God is. Is there anybody in here that knows God for yourself? Say yeah. But watch this, watch this, watch this, watch this. Help you real quick. Now, I know y'all like for me to close hollering, but watch this. This is an anticlimactic close. Can I help you? When you see me smiling, but you know I'm going through, I'm not faking. I'm just seeking. When you see me shouting, and you know I'm struggling, I'm not perpetrating, I'm just seeking. When you see me crying, and I won't tell you what I'm crying about, I'm not trying to be private, I'm just seeking. When you hear me praying in a language that you don't understand, I'm not trying to be spooky, I'm just seeking. When you see me sitting and everybody else is running, I'm not trying to be bougie, I'm just seeking. Good afternoon, St. Paul, and may the Lord bless you real, real good. But is there anybody in here that is already made up in your mind that you're going to seek the Lord? Look at your neighbor and say, neighbor, I'm through crying, I'm going to start seeking. Say, neighbor, I'm through complaining, I'm going to start seeking. Say, neighbor, I'm through whining, I'm going to start seeking. Say, neighbor, I'm through feeling sorry for myself, but I'm going to start seeking, because the Bible says that if I seek him, he will reward me. And can I tell you what he going to give me? Can I tell you what he going to give me? It won't be a house. It won't be a car. It won't be a job. It won't be a promotion. It won't be more money. It won't be a husband. It won't be a wife. It won't be a boo. Then David's what it's going to be. When I seek him, he's going to give me some more of him. Is there anybody thankful that when you seek him, you'll get more of him? If I got him, I got joy. If I got him, I got peace. If I got him, I got love. If I got him, I got long suffering. Is there anybody in here that's glad you got him? Say yes. Say yes. Yeah.